we think that Israel now is the best partner that the countries of Africa could have, and it's something that is dear to our hearts. The founder of modern Zionism, the national movement of the Jewish people, was Theodor Herzl, and he said, after I liberate the Jewish people, I will go to Africa to help liberate the black people. We have our African brethren, the Ethiopian Jews, who are in our society, and I personally work every few weeks to help integrate more and more and incorporate them in our society. I believe this. I believe in Africa. I believe in your future, and I believe in our partner. As an expression of a simple truth, Israel is coming back to Africa, and Africa is coming back to Israel. I believe in Africa. I believe in Africa. I believe in its potential, present and future. It is a continent on the rise. Its people are diverse and talented. I've made strengthening our relations one of our top priorities, national and international priorities of the State of Israel. It's the reason I became the first Israeli Prime Minister to visit Africa in decades. Well, one thing I can assure you, it won't be decades until an Israeli leader visits Africa again. It won't be 5 years, it'll be a few months. Africa and Israel share a natural affinity. We have, in many ways, similar histories. Your nations toiled under foreign rule. You experienced horrific wars and slaughters, and you are still fighting to get out of the past into the future valiantly, and efforts that I deeply admire. With determination and conviction, you won your independence. You healed the wounds of the past to chart a future of hope for your people. This is very much our history. Our people, too, were denied independence for far too long. Our people, too, suffered the indignity of bondage, slavery, and dispossession. Our people, too, experienced unimaginable horrors of mass death and genocide. But we never, ever gave in. We fought for our independence and won.
I believe that Israel still continues with this path of supporting its friends, its allies, its family. And just like we did that in 1967, Israel supports and does what it can. I did hear that Mr. Kanu was in Israel, in Jerusalem, before he was abducted and disappeared from the public's eye. And this is the most important thing that I want Biafrans to take from this discussion, that Israel, we stand with you guys. And although the cause of Biafra is not very familiar with the world and with Israelis, I want to say that, because of my activity, because of what I do, more and more Israelis are hearing about the cause of Biafra each and every day. So yes, we do stand with you. I want you to know that.
Very against the Igbo population. They had massacred them in 1967 in the Biafra War, and still there's persecution till this day. So we knew coming into Nigeria, we're not here to get involved with the politics, but we're here to tell the story of a population that many in the government experience or think of them as their enemies. So we land in
which is getting involved in the politics.
Well, we're not here to play politics in Nigeria. We're just here to say they have
no agenda.
Connection. Yes. Yeah. Well, there are movements trying to separate the southern part of Nigeria, which is Biafra, Igbo land, and to create independence from Nigeria. So that's the politics.
Israel is going to capitalize on what Nigeria is doing on Nnamdikanu's case. Nnamdikanu has not violated any international law. Kanu was actually agitating for emancipation of Biafra when he was abducted in Nairobi, Kenya. Then Samuel himself came into this agitation when Kanu was abducted and incarcerated for good 48 months plus. Now he's getting to 5 years, which was why Epa took it upon himself and began to represent Kanu from 2021 till date. After bribing Finland by employing Wasilicat. What's the name of that company? Wasila. You know, to handle this solar-powered electric project all over Nigeria. Nigeria awarded it to Wasila, and the owner of Wasila, the ownership is traced to the current president of Finland. You see what we are seeing here. Nigeria has bribed Finland to actually nail EPA for nothing. EPA is suffering for nothing. And now, Tinubu is hinting about Israel violating treaty when Israel targeted Hamas in Doha, Qatar. While Nigeria abducted nnamdikanu in faraway Nairobi, Kenya. When it is obvious that Kenya and Nigeria are not having such treaty or pact of extradition or violating their own territorial, let me say, topography or geography to come and abduct or kidnap their citizens in Kenya. This is an international violation committed by Nigeria already. Now, they are pointing at Israel. Tinubu government thinks that Zion, Israel is Igbo. Tinubu thinks that Israel is Igbo, Urobo, Calabar, and Degala. Tinubu doesn't know that Israel worth more than the whole heaven, the whole earth. See, let me tell you, by the time Benjamin Netanyahu begins to deal with Nigeria, I think there's no hiding place for the whole components of Asurok. Because he has been tormenting Simon Ekpa now. For how many months now? Ekpa was thrown into jail since November last year. After the declaration of Biafra in Finland, Tinubu government bribed Finland, and Finland had to work hard to make sure that they nail EPA. Most importantly, EPA has been nailed in faraway Finland as a result of the gift Nigeria gave to Finland. That is contracting the company managed and owned by Finnish president. That was the favor they give Finland, so that that unpopular, infamous judge could come out with this kind of extra legal, judgment that EPA should be jailed. And EPA is now sent to 6 years imprisonment. Of course, it is uncalled for. Anybody that commits an act of terrorism, they always give them life jail, 21 jail tenure, or 21 years jail tenure, or life jail. Why giving him 6 years? It is too obvious that they're even playing some emotional tactics, knowing fully well that EPA, a Finnish citizen, has not committed any act of terrorism. I'm telling you, he that is swallowing Odala seed is pointing at somebody that is chewing palm kernel and could not at least throw out the nut, but swallow it too. Nigeria has been committing lots and lots of international blunders in the past and the presently. Why must they be pointing accusing finger to Israel? It doesn't worth it. All I know now is that when it escalates, I believe that Israel is coming to Nigeria to make sure that they deal with all those terror platforms operating in the northern Nigeria. The Al-Qaeda, the Ansaru, the bandits, the Boko Haram, and ASWAP, Islamic State of West African Province. Then again, Fulani headers have been killing and killing and killing. That's why EPA himself works assiduously in the southeastern Nigeria to checkmate activities of Fulani headers in Imo State, Anambra State, Enugu State, Ebonyi State, and Abia State. And now they are pointing at Igbo man. Look at him, he's a terrorist. It is a lie. Tinubu's government is full of irregularities, abnormalities, and illegitimacy. It is too obvious that Israel is coming. And I believe that Benjamin Netanyahu is not afraid of France, let alone Britain. He is coming to deal with Nigeria. I don't see Tinubu going too far or beyond this year. Comes 2027, I think he's gonna go and he's gonna stay away from Asurok.
Okay, but why do you think Tinubu is, bent and, consistently, kicking against Israel, attack on this Hamas? Is it because Nigeria is an Islamist country?
Yeah, Nigeria has actually become an Islamic state since inception of Buhari administration from 2015 till date. We've actually had the knowledge when Babangida was about, enrolling into OIC, that is Organization of Islamic Congress, in 1990s. And all Nigerians were like yelling at him, no, we are a secular state, we are not Islamic state, we have large numbers of Christians in Nigeria, and Babangida did not do that. Then it was as of 93, sorry, that Moshood Abiola worked hard to make sure that he won 1993 election, that is June 12th, and he won. And where he was aiming to was to enroll into OIC. I mean, Moshood Abiola, the purported winner of June 12th election. He failed. Could be that he succeeded. He would have enrolled Nigeria into that Islamic platform. But you see the way this Fulani man, uneducated president, the most, let me say, unlettered, ignorant president the world has ever witnessed. From 2015, straight 8 years was Muhammad Buhari. He did it without asking anybody's permission. Muhammad Buhari enrolled into OIC and Nigeria become an Islamic state. Nigeria is an Islamic state, a Muslim country, whether you like it or not. It's too obvious he did it. He doesn't want to know what Southwest is agitating for or Southeastern Nigeria. Tinubu, Buhari, they were operating, you know, irrespective of whom you are. They don't regard the Christianity we have in Nigeria here. That's why they just went straight and negotiated Nigeria into Islamic states. That's why they are against Israeli attack in Doha, Qatar.
Okay, but do you not think that do you think that Netanyahu said one time that he is coming to Africa to liberate or to get freedom for the country that are under serious oppression and attack? Do you think Netanyahu will do this?
Yeah, that's a good promise that Netanyahu, Israeli Prime Minister, is giving to all the Jews all over the world. I think they embarked on implementing their promise to Ethiopia. They went to Ethiopia early 90s, no, mid 90s, getting to 2000, no millennium. They went there and brought some of the black Jews there home. Then they were extending it this time around when Netanyahu actually emphasized on coming to Nigeria, southeastern hemisphere, to alleviate their brothers in the southeastern Nigeria. But you see, it received great opposition. Many people were criticizing Israel. Why are they dealing with the Igbos? Are the Igbos actually the Jews? They rebuff it. They said Igbos are not Jews. But it doesn't concern anybody. The Igbos are the Jews to whom it may concern. It doesn't matter. The Igbos and Israel, they have their businesses very, very long time ago. Before the inception of Nigerian Biafran civil war, the Israelis were having all their equipments, their technologies in the southeastern Nigeria. That was when they embarked on agricultural development in West Africa. They found favor in the southeastern Nigeria because that is where they find very conducive to stay, to situate all their technological devices that helps them on this agricultural, irrigation and mechanization. So they were in the southeastern Nigeria, with the Igbos until the escalation of Nigerian Biafran civil war, May 1967, led by the Ojukwu, Biafran military clique. That was when Israel actually returned back to Middle East Europe. Actually, what took place was that the Arab attacked Israel 1967, 1973, 1972, and 1970. I don't really understand. That's why they could not sit down and mix up with Biafrans to at least wage Nigerian Biafran civil war against Nigeria. Listen, Israel must actually fulfill their dream, judging by the way Tinubu is approaching Israeli-Gaza conflict. Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Hamas and the Hezbollah's conflict. Nigerian government has been backing Arab, the Muslims, the Palestinians, the Hezbollah, the Hamas, the Lebanese, the Yemen, the Iran, since inception of Gaza conflict. So if you ask me, I'm an Igbo man, I like it. We are going to use that as an excuse, as a platform to make sure that Biafra emergence is as fast as possible.
Yeah. Okay, but if the Nigerian government are saying that the Israeli government are not committed as regards them upholding the United Nations law, do you not think it's at time the Nigerian government to reconsider what they are doing as regards to nnamdikanu and to Samanekwa?
Yeah. Well, the Nigerian government, they are adamant. They are without feelings. If you ask me, I will tell you that the hatred of Igbos is fueling the fire of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's incarceration. The hatred of the Igbos is the reason why Colonel Musa Bianco no, an Igbo woman for that matter, somebody Ojo, I mean the Minister of External Affairs, Tunde Ojo, thank you so much. Bayo Onanuga, Tunde Ojo, Bayo Onanuga, Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself, and all the cabals around Tinubu, they are fueling the fire of Simon Ekpa's ordeal in faraway Finland, simple because of hatred, anti-Igboism. That's why I always come up with my remarks. Igbophobia is the reason why they are still, gingering Finland to jail, to extradite or expel Ekpa into Nigeria. Then again, look at what is going on with Mazen Nnamdikanu. Kanu was set free many times by Court of Appeal, Apex Court, Appeal Court, Supreme Court. Why is Kanu still there? I'm an Igbo man and I'm telling the whole world that Tinubu hates Igbo. Yes, that is me. APC is anti-Igbo. That's me. Fulani Janjaweeds, they have been working for many years to make sure that they annihilate the whole Igbos. That is sending the Igbos out of existence, meaning they want Igbo to go into extinction so that there will be nothing like Igbo. Why? We are the only opponent, the opposition, the Fulanis. I'll be meeting on the West African country region. That's why the Fulani, they don't want you to mention Igbo. They don't want to hear Igbo. Igbos are the real people. Igbos are the people that will make Nigeria proud. Igbos are not thieves. They don't steal what is in the middle for everybody. The Commonwealth of Nigeria has been siphoned, embezzled by the Fulanis. Do you know how much that Malame has stolen? Do you know how much that Aicha Buhari has stolen? Do you know how much Melekiari has stolen? After managing NNPC, $8 billion is on the line here, and EFCC is grilling him still. So this Sahel country, indigenous people of Sahel countries, that's Fulani citizens, they actually have been telling the whole world that they are owners of Nigeria. That's why they have been siphoning, stealing our money, and nobody cares to investigate what is going on. The money stolen during Buhari administration is running in trillions of dollars, and nobody cares. So what I'm saying is that I'm an Igbo man. I'm proud to be an Igbo man. And I know actually that Nigeria doesn't want us. And they don't want us to go, and they don't want us to stay. So what happened now is that Kanu must come out comes October. No matter how Nigeria wants it, no matter what Malami does or how Tinubu thinks about it. Everybody has right for self-determination agitation, and that is what Mazen Nnamdikanu is doing. Simon Ekpa is actually doing as well. I have right as an Igbo man to express myself on social media. The federal government of Nigeria and all its components is against Igbo. The policy they are coming up with on anytime you have an administration in Nigeria, anti-Igbo policy, anti-Igbo policy. Tinubu administration, anti-Igbo policy. Do you know how many properties that were destroyed in Lagos State that belongs to the Igbos? Many properties, as I'm talking to you now, they don't sell land to Igbo man again. And they have arrived that if they sell land to you, 99 years time, they are going to collect the land from you. Anti-Igbo. So let me tell you, it is no longer, let me say, a story that should be likened to the fairies. Tell it to the fairies. No. It is reality. And people that can carry the reality, that have the courage, the weight, to carry the weight of reality, the load of reality, are the Igbos. And which is what I am doing right now. Gallantly, boldly, I'm a daring man. The Igbos are the enemies of the Fulanis. The Arab Yorubas, each and all their administration that comes and goes, are bent on tormenting, troubling Igbo man.
The truth is finally out. Now that the Finnish government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians? Now that Simon Ekpa is no longer in the picture, because it has always been pictured that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insurgency in Southeast, and now that insurgency has stopped in Southeast, and now that the Finnish government has vindicated Simon Ekpa, that those sponsoring insecurity and terrorists in the country are those some persons in the military. Now, where would CDS Musa bury his shame? Because a group of people are saying we want to exit the country. Because the Igbos are saying they are tired of the contraption called One Nigeria. That this One Nigeria, it will not work. And then it has not been working. It has been a country full of lies, propaganda, and shame. That has always been how it is from. So I am not surprised that the Finnish government has now come out to say CDS Musa is a terrorist for all the atrocities he has been, for all the atrocities he has committed in disguise of pretending to keep one Nigeria. And that one Nigeria has caused a whole lot of catastrophe in the country. Just some days ago, a notorious bandit that was declared wanted was seen in Katsina State with top government officials going for peace talk.